Greetings, one and all. Welcome back to NHL 19 franchise mode with your Winnipeg Jets. Yes, we are back here again to play through the 2020 NHL playoffs. Last episode, we played through the second half of the 2019-2020 NHL season, and our Winnipeg Jets finished with a regular season record of 44 wins, 27 losses, and 11 overtime or shootout losses, which was good enough for tied first place in our division. However, the Dallas Stars had more regulation or overtime wins than we did, so they took first place, and we took second place in the division, but 8th overall in the National Hockey League. So as you can see here, we are up against the Chicago Blackhawks for the first round of the playoffs. They had a regular season record of 46 wins, 31 losses, and 5 overtime or shootout losses. More wins than us, but less points in total. So let me show you what the Stanley Cup playoff tree looks like. As you can see here, Artemi Panarin had a fantastic season with the Winnipeg Jets. He really replaced Blake Wheeler in a big way. 95 points in 82 games, 31 goals. Patrick Laine, 37 goals on the season. I believe Panarin led the league in assists as well, which is pretty awesome. Mark Scheifele, 83 points, over a point per game. And Dustin Byfuglien, almost a 30-goal scorer. I don't know if that's ever been the case for Dustin Byfuglien. I know he's been able to put up points in the past, but I've never really seen him as a 30-goal scorer, but he was 1 goal away from that this season, so got a lot of production from Byfuglien on the back end. But anyway, the playoff tree for the 2020 NHL playoffs looks like this. We have Winnipeg against Chicago for the first Western Conference bracket. Then we have Dallas against the Vancouver Canucks. Dallas are 1-0 up. Then we have Anaheim against Arizona. Arizona, only in a video game. Then we have the San Jose Sharks against the LA Kings. Oh, a Californian matchup. All 3 Californian teams made the playoffs, but the Kings have a 1-0 lead over the San Jose Sharks. Then in the Eastern Conference, we have the New Jersey Devils against the Columbus Blue Jackets. We have the Pittsburgh Penguins against the Buffalo Sabres. The Sabres are 1-0 up. The Habs against the Lightning. And the Maple Leafs against the Washington Capitals. The Leafs and the Capitals in the first round again. I swear they always meet each other in the first round nowadays. But the Caps have a 1-0 series lead there. So, let's hold a team meeting, double check our lineup, and then let's get into it. You know how we do this, period by period sim. Unless it's a very close game in the third period or we are facing elimination, in which case we go × 8 simulation. Okay, does anybody have anything specific they want to say? No. So, it's game 1 of the series tonight, boys. Whether it's this game or game 7, I need the best out of you every night without fail. That's it. Lots of our players loved that response. None of them hated it, which is very good. So, let's go down to edit lines. Let's take a look at our team. See what's going on. So, on the first line, Panarin with Scheifele and Laine, the right-handed shot line. Then we have Kyle Connor with Matt Duchene and Nikolai Ehlers, an 88 overall. Damn. Then Matthew Perreault with Adam Lowry and Nick Petan. Then we have Nick Kerdils with Jack Roslovic and Marco Darno. Seems like a decent lineup to me. Then defense, we have Josh Morrissey with Dustin Byfuglien, Tyler Myers with Jacob Trouba, and Samuel Morin with Joe Morrow. Not too bad. Goaltenders, of course, we've got Hellebuck with Eric Comrie, who's an 81 overall now. Nice. Then Gabriel Carlson, Chris Versteeg, and Mason Appleton are the 3 healthy scratches for the playoffs. Interesting. Appleton's a centre, isn't he? Appleton is a centre? Yes, Appleton is a centre. I would like to get him in, but we've got Roslovic already here. Interesting. Okay, that's something to keep an eye out on. We won't necessarily need Lowry next season if we've got Roslovic and Appleton at an 80 overall. That's something to look at in off-season, but we don't need to talk about that now. So, here we are. The 2020 NHL playoffs. Last season, we made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals. The Winnipeg Jets' second straight Western Conference Finals appearance. Of course, the 2017-18 season, they lost against the Vegas Golden Knights, and I wasn't in charge. Last year, I believe it was against the Blues, and we lost again. Here we go, boys. Let's start our 2020 NHL Stanley Cup playoff run. Let's do this, boys. Lowry against Jonathan Toews for the opening face-off of our 2020 Stanley Cup run. First period. Okay, it's a 1-0 lead to Chicago. Brian Boyle apparently plays for the Chicago Blackhawks, and he scored a goal on Connor Hellebuck with 1:24 left in the first period. 18 shots to 7 in favour of Chicago. Come on, Jets, we've got to do this at home. We've got home ice advantage. Second period. Okay, it's a 2-1 game. Tyler Myers gets our first goal of the playoffs, but John Hayden gets one on Hellebuck. 35 shots to 15 in favour of Chicago. Well, times 8 simulate, and Big Buff gets his first goal of the playoffs to tie the game. Thank you very much, Byfuglien. We are riding the momentum here, boys. Let's get a power play goal. Come on, boys. Power play. Power play. Oh, come on. You've got to score on that power play, Winnipeg. Oh, come on, Jets. Let's get this game-winning goal before the end of regulation, boys. Don't take it to OT. You know you don't want to do... No! Nick Schmaltz, why would you do that? 43 seconds left in the game, and Nick Schmaltz gets the game-winning goal on Connor Hellebuck as the Chicago Blackhawks take game 1. That's a pain in the arse. Crawford with the first star, Boyle with 2 points for the second star, and Schmaltz with a goal for the third star of the game. That's disappointing, boys. Come on, fellas. We needed that game. We needed to take that one. Okay, so we've got one more game at home before we move to the United Center. Let's lock this game at home. And if we can take both games in Chicago, we'll be in a better place. Okay, it's times like this where we get a measure of a team. My players love it. Good. Now you've got to act like you love it. Okay, come on, boys. We've got to do something here. Let's win this game at home. Here we go. Game 2 of round 1. Let's do this, boys. I'm so ready. The Jets are due. Tays against Duchesne for the opening face-off of Game 2 of Round 1. Come on, Jets. First period. Okay, so 1-0 lead to Chicago again. Brian Boyle scores again in the final minute. Wow, this is the simulation really repeating itself here. 14 shots to 11 in favour of Winnipeg, though. Come on, Jets. You can do this, boys. Second period. Okay, no score during the second period. 30 shots to 18, though, in favour of Winnipeg. Times 8 simulate the third period. Corey Crawford isn't indestructible, game. Come on, Winnipeg. We need a goal here. Power play. Thank you very much, Matt Duchesne. First goal of the playoffs for a big free agent signing for us. And he has tied this game up. Come on, Winnipeg. Let's get this game-winning goal. Let's get a goal in the final minute. They did it last game. It's our turn today. And as the period comes to an end, it is still a 1-1 game. This game is going to overtime. 46 shots to 32 in favour of Winnipeg. Times that simulation. Here we go, boys. We've got to win this. We have got to win this game. Come on, Winnipeg. Tie this series up before we go to Chicago. 50 shots on goal for the Winnipeg Jets. Come on, Winnipeg. Somebody score it. No! Chris Stewart! You don't even play in the NHL anymore! Oh, come on. Their goals are coming from Brian Boyle and Chris Stewart. 53 shots on goal. Connor Hellebuck faced there. 37 saves. No, 53 shots Corey Crawford faced. He made 52 saves in this game. Seriously? Come on. Game, you're screwing me over here. Right, we're going to need to make some changes here. I don't know what changes we're going to make, but we're going to need to make some. So, let's edit the lines. We've got to sort this out before we go to the United Center. I do not want this going a 3-0 series deficit. So, Marco Dano, you're not really doing much in this lineup. I'm going to bring in Chris Versteeg. He's been good for us when he's played. Nick Patan, Matthew Perreault. You know what? I'm going to try Nikolai Ehlers on the first line. Patrick Laine's just not cutting it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Ehlers, he is a first line forward. I want to see him play like one. The problem is we're not scoring enough goals. Our defense is okay. We're just not scoring enough goals. So let's go to the United Center. Game 3 of the series. We've got to do something here, boys. Here we go. Game 3 in Chicago. We get both games in Chicago. We tie this up. Lowry against Schmaltz for the opening face-off of Game 3 of Round 1. First period. Okay, so 2-0 lead to Winnipeg. Patrick Laine and Carl Connor. So the second line connect for 2 goals in the first period since I put Laine on that second line. Okay, good. 10 shots to 9 in favour of Winnipeg. Second period. Okay, so 4-0 game. Panarin scores on that first line and Trouba scores for the defense. 4-0 lead for Winnipeg. 23 shots to 20 in favour of the Jets. And third period. There you go. A 5-2 victory. Carl Connor gets his second of the game. Jeff Skinner's on Chicago. And Patrick Kane score, but it doesn't matter. Winnipeg get the victory. Carl Connor 3 points. Hellebuck 2 goals allowed, but 33 saves. And Ehlers with 3 assists on that first line. So this might be the change that we've needed. Tyler Myers is injured with a sore hip. He's out until April 21st. That really doesn't help us. Losing one of our top 4 defensemen is a very bad position to be in. So Samuel Morin, you jump in there, and then Gabriel Carlson, you get your chance to jump into the lineup. He shoots left as well, which is helpful. So he's going to be out for the next game. He might be out for Game 5 as well. We'll have to see. Let's hold a team meeting. We've lost Jacob Trouba, but it doesn't matter. We're still in this, ladies and gents. Right, measure of a team. Duchesne, Appleton and Versteeg, they love it. They love that response. So go and help me with a couple of goals, eh, lads? Game number 4 of round 1. In Chicago still. We found our scoring touch last game. Let's keep it going and keep some pucks out of the net. Taves against Scheifele for the opening face-off. First period. Okay, it's a 1-0 lead to us. Big Buff scores again. 12 shots to 7, though, in favour of the hometown Blackhawks. Come on, Jets, get that insurance marker and lock this down. Second period. Okay, no score in the second. 20 shots to 18 in favour of Chicago. Times they simulate the third. An early 5-on-3 power play for us. We can't get it done. And there you go. Nikolai Ehlers on the first line gets his first goal of the playoffs. He's got 4 points in the last 2 games. That's beautiful. That's exactly what we need. I found what we needed to change for this series in order to make this matchup better for us. Put Ehlers, who is a first-line forward, on the first line. Patrick Laine comes on the second. And a 2-0 victory for the Winnipeg Jets. So Connor Hellebuck, rightly so, getting the first star. Corey Crawford with the second. And Dustin Byfuglien with the game-winning goal gets the third star of the game. Perfect. And Jack Roslovic's been injured. Okay. Whilst that is a bit of a pain in the arse, the good thing is we've got an 80-rated centre that can come in and immediately replace him. Appleton, welcome to the lineup, bud. You're getting your chance to play. 24-year-old centre. So we go back to Winnipeg. We need to win at least one game here at home. Ah, the AHL season's ended. Did the Manitoba Moose make the playoffs? Let's take a look. They did not. They had a record. Wow. 59 points for Vesalainen. He's played pretty well for us. I'm not quite sure what their record was. That's a shame. So, doesn't matter though. Game 5. Whoever wins this game is one game away from the next round of the playoffs. Here we go. Let's do this, boys. In Winnipeg, let's do it for our home fans, Jets. Duchesne against Alex DeBrincat for the opening face-off of Game 5 of Round 1. Come on, Winnipeg. First period. Okay, it is a 2-1 game. Patrick Laine and Matt Duchesne score. That second line is clicking now. Nick Schmaltz scores on Connor Hellebuck. 14 shots to 8 in favour of Winnipeg after the first. Second period. Okay, no score after the second. It's a 1-goal game. 21 shots to 19 after the second in favour of Chicago. Times 8 simulate the third period. Can we get that insurance marker? I would really like it. It would make me feel a lot better about this game if we got that insurance marker. Power play for the Jets. They don't score on it. Okay. As long as they don't tie it up, I hope I haven't jinxed myself. Another power play. Oh, I would have loved an insurance marker there, boys. And as the game comes to an end, it is a 2-1 victory for the Winnipeg Jets. 2-0 down with 3-2 up in this series. Hellebuck with the first star, 1 goal against, 26 saves. Laine with 2 points and Matt Duchesne with a goal. So I think we found what we needed. Nick Patan's been injured, but it looks like he might be back for the next game, so it doesn't matter. Simulate up to the next day for me, please, game. Tyler Myers is back. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, we needed him back. Right, so Carlson, thank you for your help, bud. I appreciate what you did for the team. But when it's a 77 overall player or an 83 overall player, I think I know which one I'm going to pick, you know? Okay, good. So, game number 6 of this series. Let's hold a team meeting. Laine's going a point per game in this series, which is good considering he had a really bad start. Appleton and Versteeg very happy with those results. Good. Here we go, boys. Game number 6 of the series in Chicago. We're undefeated away so far in this playoffs. Let's do this. Hayden against Scheifele for the opening face-off of Game 6. First period. Okay, no score after the first. 14 shots to 8 in favour of Chicago. They're almost doubling us up on shots. Do not like that, fellas. Come on, Jets. We can do this, boys. Second period. Okay, it's a 1-0 lead to Chicago. Damn it, Nick Schmaltz. 24 shots to 16 in favour of Chicago as we go into the third period. Come on, Winnipeg. Tie this game up, fellas. You know you want to, Jets. Oh, power play for them. Don't let them score. Good job. Penalty kill. Winnipeg, tie this game up. Power play for them again. Good. Power play for us. There you go, Patrick Laine. The next Finnish Flash manages to tie the game. Another power play. Yes, Patrick Laine. Thank you very much, son. And as the game comes to an end... Oh, Jeff Skinner ties it. Jeff Skinner ties it with 1 second left. 1 second left. And Chicago isn't out of this playoffs. Oh, my God. How does that work, Jeff Skinner? God damn you. 35 shots to 27 in favour of Chicago. And they are holding on by the skin of their teeth. Oh, my God. Winnipeg, we have to win this in OT. Do not let them pull a Game 7 here. Oh, this is tense AF. Here we go. Come on, Winnipeg. Let's do this, boys. Come on, Jets. No power play for them. Don't let them score. Thank you. Good penalty kill there, fellas. Jets, you've got to score this game-winning goal. You've got to score this game-winning goal, Winnipeg. Do it away. We can win this game. You know we can. Come on, Winnipeg. Score this tie-breaking goal. Send us through to the second round. You know you want to. And as the period comes to an end, we are going to double overtime in Game 6. The Chicago Blackhawks do not want to go out of this series. 49 shots Connor Hellebuck has faced. I have a feeling there's going to be a quick goal in this double overtime. Here we go. Come on, Winnipeg. Come on, Jets. You know you can do this. Come on, boys. Yes! Mark Scheifele! Thank you, Mark Scheifele. The double overtime goal. 17:44 left in double overtime and a 3-2 victory for the Jets. Hellebuck, 47 saves. Jeff Skinner, 2 points and 4 hits. Scheifele, 2 points and a hit. Manages to get the second and third stars, respectively. Ladies and gents, we made it through to the second round. And all we had to do was change Ehlers and Laine in their lineups. Who would have thought? That series was a walk in the park compared to some of the other series we're going to be facing. Yeah, that's pretty true. Okay. Let's go to the next series. We're undefeated away, which is good, but we're 1-2 at home. Here we go. So against the Dallas Stars for the next round of the playoffs, round 2. So it's Dallas against Winnipeg, San Jose against Anaheim, so another Californian matchup, Pittsburgh against New Jersey, and Toronto against Tampa. Interesting matchups there in the semifinals. The semifinals? Yeah, the semifinals of the conferences. Here we go. Game 1 of round 2 against the Dallas Stars. They were the champions of our division. They were one of the best teams in the league. But we were just as good as them in our division. First period. Okay, it is a 2-1 lead to Dallas. Dickinson and Shaw score, but Adam Lowry scores on Mike Smith. So their goaltending isn't that strong. 14 shots to 10 in favour of Winnipeg, though. Come on, Jets. Second period. Okay, 3-2 lead. Matt Duchene and Laine score. Our second line is absolutely scorching through. 27 shots to 20 in favour of Winnipeg. Okay, times 8 simulation for the third period. If we get that insurance marker, I might sim the rest of the period. I'm just hoping they don't tie this game. Please don't jinx me, NHL 19. Come on, Winnipeg. Get that insurance marker, boys. 34 shots on goal for us. Power play for Dallas. We kill it off. Well done, boys. Good work. Come on, Winnipeg. Hold this lead. Hold this lead. There you go. The Winnipeg Jets, their first series lead in the conference semi-finals. So, 2 points for Matt Duchene, 2 points for Laine, and 31 saves for Connor Hellebuck makes our 3 stars. Wow, this second line is actually, tearing through the playoffs at the moment. Moving Ehlers to that first line, it may have... Roslovic is back. It may have meant that our first line isn't scoring as many goals. I mean, Scheifele did get the series clinching goal last series. However, our second line is clicking. Our second line is clicking a lot more than I was expecting. I was expecting the first line to start clicking, but the second line's doing it. Laine's got 9 points in 7 games. I'm happy. As long as we keep getting points from either the first or second line, I am happy. Game 2 at the American Airlines Centre of round 2. If we take this, we could sweep them at home. Scheifele against Stastny for the opening face-off of Game 2 of round 2. Come on, boys. First period. Okay, no score after the first. 13 shots to 8 in favour of Dallas, though. Come on, Jets. Let's do this, boys. Second period. Okay, it's a 2-0 lead to Dallas. Radulov and Derek Brassard score on Connor Hellebuck. Didn't realise he was a part of the Stars organisation. Okay, we'll simulate times 8. If it goes 3-0, we'll sim the rest of the period. Come on, Winnipeg. Let's get back in this game, fellas. Come on, Winnipeg. You know you can do it, boys. Don't get shut out. Do not get shut out in Game 2. We're undefeated so far on the road. Come on, Winnipeg. Do something. Winnipeg. Come on. Do something. And there you go. We get shut out 2-0 by the Dallas Stars in Game 2. So Mike Smith, 33 saves. Connor Hellebuck, 32 saves. And Derek Brassard with the, I believe, the game-winning goal. And that's the game. Okay. So Game 3, we return to Winnipeg. We won our most recent game in Winnipeg, which was last series, of course. If we take both of them here, we're 3-1 up in this series, go back to Dallas, maybe shut it down in 5 games. Let's try and do that, shall we, boys? So Winnipeg, Dallas, Game 3 in Winnipeg. The Bell MTS place. Seguin against Scheifele for the opening face-off. Come on, boys. First period. Okay, no score after the first. Once again, 13 shots to 8 in favour of Dallas. Please don't repeat last game. Simulation, come on. Let's do this, Jets. Second period. Okay, no score after the second. 23 shots to 19 in favour of Dallas. So our goal scoring has completely imploded. A power play attempt for us, nothing happening there. Power play for them, and we managed to kill it off. And then Ritchie scores. Okay, Brett Ritchie, I believe that is, manages to get a goal on Connor Hellebuck. Please don't let us get shut out again. You can't let us get shut out again, Winnipeg. Somebody tie this game late for us, please. Thank you very much, Patrick Laine. Oh, we're taking this game to OT. Wow, we have had some tough matchups in this playoff so far. 36 shots to 27 in favour of Dallas. Patrick Laine managing to tie the game with less than a minute left in the game. Come on, Winnipeg. Make good on this. Here we go for overtime. Come on, Jets. You know you can do this, boys. Come on, Winnipeg. Let's win this game. And we've done it. Patrick Laine. His second goal of the game tying and the game-winning goals. 37 saves for Connor Hellebuck. 2 goals for Patrick Laine. That is perfect. Wow, good job, fellas. 11 points in 9 games for Patrick Laine. Wow. So we managed to go 2-1 up in this series. Managed to take our last 2 home games in overtime, funnily enough. Let's take game number 4, be 3-1 up in this series. Come on, fellas. Let's do this. Scheifele against Ritchie for the opening face-off of game 4 of round 2. First period. Okay, 1-0 to Dallas. Valeri Nikushkin scores on Hellebuck. 11 shots to 9 in favour of Dallas, though. Come on, Jets. Let's do this, boys. Second period. Okay, it's a 2-2 game. Chris Versteeg scores his first of the playoffs, as does Josh Morrissey. But Tyler Pitlick scores a goal on Connor Hellebuck. 23 shots to 17 in favour of Dallas. It's a tie game going into the third. ×8 simulation. Come on, Winnipeg Jets. Oh, Alexander Radulov, go away. It's a 3-2 lead for Dallas. Come on. No, Tyler Seguin, go away. Oh, we need to tie this game up, Winnipeg. Come on, Winnipeg. Let's tie this up. We've got about half the period left. Come on, Jets. Tie this game up. Winnipeg, please. Please, Winnipeg. Tie this game. No? Okay, then. So a 4-2 victory for the Dallas Stars in game 4. 3 stars of the game. Radulov with 2 points. Morrissey with 2 points. And Seguin with 2 points. Okay. So, I feel like we're not scoring enough goals here. We are not scoring enough goals. We're going to switch them back up. So, you know what? This time, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put Ehlers down and Panarin down. So, we're going to have Kyle Connor, Scheifele, and Patrick Laine on that first line. Let's try that. Let's see if that makes any difference. Got to try whatever we can. So, game number 5. Whoever wins this game is 1 game away from the next round, from the conference finals. Here we go. At the American Airlines Centre. Let's get another away win. Let's do this, boys. Derek Brassard against Patan for the opening face-off of Game 5. Come on, Winnipeg Jets. We can do this, boys. First period. Okay, so 1-0 lead to us. Artemi Panarin on the second line gets that goal. 14 shots to 7 in favour of Dallas. They're doubling us up, but we've got the goal. Come on, Jets. Get that insurance marker. Second period. 2-0 lead. Good. Adam Lowry scores on Smith. 24 shots to 18 after the second. An early power play chance for the Dallas Stars. Do we kill it off? Kill it off. There you go, and we score. Adam Lowry makes it 3-0. Simulating. Why not? Simulate the rest of the period. A 4-0 shutout. Scheifele gets another goal. Beautiful. Connor Hellebuck, 35 saves. Lowry, a pair of goals. Scheifele with 2 points in the game. Absolutely beautiful, fellas. That's exactly what we needed. 13 points in 11 games for Patrick Laine, and we are 1 game away from returning to the Western Conference Finals. We're back at home at the Bell MTS Place. I'm not wasting any time, folks. Let's lock this down. Here we go. Roslovic against Seguin for the opening face-off of Game 6 of Round 2. First period. Okay, it's a 1-1 game. Radulov opens the scoring, but Matthew Perreault scores a goal to tie it up. 15 shots to 7, though, in favour of Dallas. Okay, they're over-doubling us up on shots, which isn't very good for us. Come on, Winnipeg. We can do this, boys. Second period. It's a 2-1 lead to Dallas. God damn it, Tyler Seguin. 28 shots to 15 in favour of Dallas at the end of the second. ×8 simulating the third period. There you go, Mark Scheifele. Good job. And Artemi Panarin. Breadman. Scoring goals for me now. There you go. Couple of power plays for the Dallas Stars. They don't score on them. Get this insurance marker, Winnipeg, and we are through to the Western Conference Finals once again. As the clock ticks down, there you go! The Winnipeg Jets are back to the Western Conference Finals. 2 back-to-back 6-game series. Connor Hellebuck, 37 saves. Artemi Panarin with the game-winning goal by the looks of it. A 3-2 victory. Oh, I'm so happy. I am so happy that worked out for us. Let's hold a team meeting. We've got to commend the players for doing a good job here. We've been making some good line combinations, good changes in our line combinations in the top 6, and it's proven to be the Achilles heel for our opposing teams. Gabriel Carlson loved it. Of course he did. Patrick Laine's playing up at 93 overall. That's incredible. So it looks... Oh, wow, it's a 7-game series between the Sharks and the Ducks. It looks like the Penguins are going up against the defending Stanley Cup champion Maple Leafs. So, the San Jose Sharks. We are playing up against a pre-Erik Karlsson roster San Jose Sharks. So that's quite lucky for us, I've got to be honest. I'm quite happy with that. I'm not really that interested in making any line changes here, because it seems to be working out for us. If we go down maybe a game or two, we can switch out. We can switch some of the players in our top 6. But I am very, very happy with how our team is playing so far. We are halfway to the Stanley Cup, ladies and gents. Our 2nd year in existence, and we are 8 wins away from the Stanley Cup. Okay, here we go, guys. Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals against San Jose at the SAP Center in San Jose. Let's do this, boys. Come on, we've got to make it to the Stanley Cup Finals this season. Scheifele against Thomas Hertl for the opening face-off of Game 1 of Round 3. Come on, Winnipeg Jets. We can do this, boys. First period. Okay, it's a 3-1 lead to Winnipeg. Scheifele with a pair of goals, and Jack Roslovic scores. Timo Meier manages to get one to break the shutout, but it's 10 shots to 9 in favour of San Jose. However, we have a shooting percentage of 33%. Good job, Winnipeg. Hold this lead, gents. Second period. Okay, it's a 4-1 lead. Chris Versteeg manages to get a goal. And third period. There you go, a 5-1 victory. Patrick Laine adds one on Martin Jones. And a 5-1 victory for the Jets. Laine with 3 points, Scheifele with a pair of goals, and Morrissey with a pair of assists. Beautiful work, gents. So 17 points in 13 games for Patrick Laine. I mean, if we win, he's going to get the Conn Smythe, probably. Either him or Hellebuck, without a doubt. So good, we managed to take Game 1 in San Jose. Our solid record away from home carries on. Good. Game 2 against the San Jose Sharks in San Jose. If we take these, we could maybe sweep them at home. Scheifele against Tierney for the opening face-off of Game 2 of Round 3. Come on, boys, we can do this. Shut them down. First period. Okay, it's a 2-0 lead. Kyle Connor and Matt Duchene. The second line connection gets working, ladies and gents. Perfect. However, only 11 shots to 10 in favour of San Jose. It's not a very big margin, and we've got the 2 goals to prove it. Second period. Okay, no score in the second. I think we'll times out simulate the third. 24 shots to 19 in favour of Winnipeg. Okay, times out simulate in the third period. If it goes 3-0, oh, goes 3-0, Patrick Laine. You know, let's just go to about 10 minutes and see what happens. If they score one, we'll keep it going. If not, I think we're good. Third period. There you go, a 4-0 victory. Chris Versteeg, his second goal in as many games. Perfect. Connor Hellebuck with the first star, 26 saves shutout for him. Kyle Connor 2 points and Patrick Laine 2 points. Wow, this second line is connecting at the moment. I'm really happy about that. 19 points in 14 games. Wow, Patrick Laine, you are standing tall in a good way. So we are 2-0 up in our Western Conference Final Series. It's gone to at least 5 games in the East with Toronto and Pittsburgh. Oh, this is going to be close, ladies and gents. But first, we need to win our series. Then we can think about our opponents next round. Game 3 at home. If we win this, we're 1 game away from sweeping through to the Stanley Cup Finals. Let's do this, boys. At home. Chris Tierney against Mark Scheifele for the opening face-off. Here we go, boys, Winnipeg. Let's shut them down. First period. Okay, no score after the first. 13 shots to 9, though, in favour of the hometown Jets. Good job, Winnipeg. That's what I like to see. Come on, boys. Second period. Okay, it's a 1-0 lead to us. Jack Roslovic scores on Martin Jones. Halfway through the game, roughly. 22 shots to 16 after the second in favour of Winnipeg. Let's get this insurance marker, Jets. We're going to need it. We are really going to need it against a team like this. Come on, Winnipeg. Come on, we've got half the period left to go. Power play, this is good. This is what we need. Ah, it would have been nice if we could have scored on that. I just don't want them to score really late in this game and pull an OT. That's the sort of thing the simulation would do. See, I told you. I obviously jinxed myself because Chris Tierney manages to tie the game with 2:48 left in the period. Literally everything that I said was going to happen literally just happened right in front of us. Ah, so annoying. 32 shots to 24 in favour of Winnipeg. Chris Tierney playing hero for the San Jose Sharks. Martin Jones has been pretty solid in his net. We go to OT. Come on, Winnipeg. Let's take a 3-0 series lead. Come on, Winnipeg. We can do this, boys. Jets, you know you want to. Laine, I want a goal from you. And it's Panarin, the bread man. There we go. Guys, this might be our year. Ladies and gentlemen, this is incredible. Connor Hellebuck, 28 saves on the night. Martin Jones, 35 saves. And Panarin with a goal. Beautiful. Oh, thank goodness. 19 points in 15 games for Patrick Laine. Seemed like up until this day. We have the draft class. Should we take a look at the draft class? Yeah. Why not? Let's do it. So Philstrom is meant to be the top guy in the draft. He's an elite. We've got a couple of elites high in the draft. However, we're not going to be drafting till like all the way down here. We're not going to be drafting till like 31st. We've got him on our scouting list. I would like this guy to be scouted, please. We'll probably have to go for somebody like Barron, who's supposedly a top 6 defenseman. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll figure the draft out next episode. So, Game 4. The potential for a sweep here in the Western Conference Finals. It might not be the most competitive Western Conference Finals, but I don't care. All I want to do is win it. I don't care if it takes 4 games. I don't care if we sweep them. I just want to win. Hertel against Kyle Connor for the opening face-off of a potential Game 4 sweep for the Jets. And early on, I haven't even pressed first period, and Dustin Byfuglien scored in the first minute of the game. Thank you, Big Buff. First period. Okay, it's a 2-2 game, so Big Buff scores, Evander Kane ties, Laine takes the lead, and Logan Shaw ties. So, the San Jose Sharks are doing everything that they can to try and stay in this game by the looks of it. 10 shots to 8 in favour of San Jose at the end of the first period. Come on, Jets, lock this down in 4. Second period. Okay, we managed to take the lead again. Adam Lowry scores with 7:06 left in the second. 21 shots to 13 in favour of San Jose at the end of the second period. Come on, Winnipeg, let's get this insurance marker. We haven't taken many shots on goal here in this Game 4, but we need to make sure we get that 4th goal. If we get that 4th goal, I will feel so much better. Time is winding down. About 5 minutes left to play. Is this the end for the San Jose Sharks playoff run? By God, yes it is! And the Winnipeg Jets have made it through to the Stanley Cup Finals! Ho 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 ho! This is close, ladies and gents. The best playoffs I think the Winnipeg Jets franchise have ever had in the NHL. Last season, they had the best playoffs that they ever had, going through to the Western Conference Finals. They made the Western Conference Finals the year before we took control. They lost to the Vegas Golden Knights. We finally got that monkey off our back, ladies and gents. Let's hold a team meeting. Our players deserve to be praised for a good job. But that series was a walk in the park compared to our next opponent. What's it going to look like? It is a 2-2 series in the Eastern Conference. So we can either go up against the Pittsburgh Penguins or Austin Matthews and John Tavares' Maple Leafs, who won the Stanley Cup last season. Oh, Pittsburgh have taken the lead in the series. Is that going to be it? Oh, they've pulled a Game 7. That's a very exciting Eastern Conference Finals. Who are we going to play against? Who are we going to play against? We are up against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Wow, an all-Canadian Stanley Cup Finals. When's the last time that happened? Jesus. So the Toronto Maple Leafs are looking to try and win back-to-back Stanley Cups for the first time in like 70 years for their franchise. If it's Game 1 or Game 7, I want a solid effort from all of my players. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2020 NHL Stanley Cup Finals. The Winnipeg Jets against the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Toronto Maple Leafs, had a 55-22-5 record. Jesus, that's incredible. But you know what? We've got to make them lose 4 games. Let's get into it. Game 1. We can make some changes if we lose Game 1. But the Stanley Cup Finals, here we are. Nazem Kadri against Mark Scheifele for the opening face-off of Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Come on, Winnipeg! First period. Okay, it's a 2-1 game to Toronto. Byfuglien opens the scoring, but Peter Holland and Mitch Marner score on Connor Hellebuck. 9 shots to 6, though, in favour of Winnipeg. Come on, Jets, we can do this, boys. Second period. Okay, no score after the second. 23 shots to 19 in favour of the Jets. Times out simulate the third period. Come on, we need that game-tying goal, Jets. Do not let them get shots on goal. We need to score this. We need to tie this game up. Then we can think about taking the lead. Do not let them get that insurance marker goal. We need to score, Winnipeg. We've got the firepower to do it. Come on, Winnipeg Jets. You've got to win this. We've got to win the Stanley Cup. We deserve it. And a power play towards the end of the game is not enough as the Toronto Maple Leafs take Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Curtis McElhinney playing in net. 33 saves for McElhinney. Mitch Marner with the game-winning goal and Connor Hellebuck. A 2-1 Toronto Maple Leafs victory. And Tyler Myers has gotten himself injured and he's going to be out for the rest of the playoffs most likely. till May 26th. That really does not help us losing one of our top players. So Samuel Morin, you're going to come in again, and we're going to also bring in Gabriel Carlson. There you go. Oh, that's a real pain in the ass. Okay, so let's sim to our next game. May 26th. He might be able to, he might come back for game 4. Hopefully we're not 3 games down by that point. Oh, this is good. This is an intense series, ladies and gents. We've made it this far. Nobody cares. Okay. So I think we need to make a couple of line changes. We weren't scoring enough goals in that game. I think we need to revive the regular season first line. Panarin, welcome back to the first line, bud. We need your 89 overall talents on there. Come on, boys. So, game 2 at the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. If we take one here, we can go 3-1 up at home. So, Peter Holland against Lowry for the opening face-off of game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Come on, Winnipeg Jets. First period. Okay, no score after the first. 12 shots to 7 in favour of Winnipeg. Jets, open the scoring, get that insurance marker, win this game. Second period. Okay, it's a 1-0 lead. Nick Patan scores on Curtis McElhinney. 24 shots to 17 in favour of Winnipeg at the end of the second. Times they simulate the third period. Get that insurance marker, Winnipeg. I don't like having a 1-goal lead against Toronto. I don't think that's going to help us. There you go, Jack Roslovic. Perfect. Our bottom 6 players coming through. And a power play chance for Toronto there, but we managed to kill it off. Well done, Winnipeg Jets. The final 5 minutes of the game, final 3 minutes, final 2 minutes, final minute, and a 2-0 victory in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Winnipeg are 3 wins away from a Stanley Cup championship. 28 saves for Hellebuck, 36 saves out of 37, 36 saves out of 38, for Curtis McElhinney, and then a goal for Nick Patan, which was the game-winning goal. This is close, guys. This is very, very close. Okay, so game 3. Tyler Myers is back. Oh, thank goodness. We lost him for a game there, but he's back. He's back and he's better than ever. So, Morin, you play on the third pair for me, please. And Tyler Myers, you come back up and play on the second pair. Perfect. Our defense was missing a guy like Tyler Myers. So, we are now back at the Bell MTS Place for the first ever Stanley Cup Final Series in Winnipeg. The fans must be loving it. If we win both of these games at home, we can shut this down in Toronto and win the Stanley Cup. We are so close, ladies and gentlemen. Kadri against Lowry for the opening face-off of Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals of 2020. First period. Okay, it's a 1-1 game. Patrick Laine opens the scoring, but Jake Gardiner scores about 2 minutes later to make this a tie. 9 shots to 8 in favour of the hometown Jets. Come on, Winnipeg! We can do this, boys. Second period. Okay, it's a 2-1 game. Kyle Connor breaks the tie. 19 shots to 18 in favour of Toronto, though, at the end of the second period. An early power play for them. We managed to kill it off. Well done, Winnipeg. Power play for us. Can we get the insurance marker? No, we cannot. Okay, half the third period is roughly gone. Come on, Winnipeg. Get that insurance marker. I don't like having a 1-goal lead in the Stanley Cup Finals. This is where the defence stands tall. This is where our goaltender has to stand tall. The final minute and a 2-1 victory for the Winnipeg Jets in Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals. This is a defensive and goaltending matchup here, ladies and gents. Connor Hellebuck, 27 saves. Kyle Connor, a goal, and Patrick Laine, a goal. Oh, this is close, ladies and gents. This is very close indeed. 22 points in 19 games for Patrick Laine. An equal 11 goals to 11 assists. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 2 games away from a Stanley Cup championship. In our second season in charge, we are 2 games away from a Stanley Cup championship. Game number 4 in Winnipeg. Let's do this, boys. Holland against Matt Duchene for the opening face-off of Game 4 of the 2020 Stanley Cup Finals. If we win this, we go 3-1 up in this series, go back to the Scotiabank Arena, and maybe go and hoist Lord Stanley's Cup. First period. Okay, it's a 2-1 game to us. Nazem Kadri opens the scoring, but Matt Duchene and Patrick Laine managed to get the 2 latest goals for a 2-1 lead. 11 shots apiece at the end of the first period. Come on, Jets, get that insurance marker and we'll be off to the races. Second period. Okay, it's a 3-1 lead. Good. Nikolai Ehlers scores. We'll go ×8 simulation for the third period. If it goes 4-1, we'll sim the rest of the period. It's looking good for us, though. It's looking very good. I don't want to jinx us, obviously, but it's looking very good. Halfway through the third period, and it's still a 3-1 lead for the Winnipeg Jets. This is some great defense. There you go. Patrick Laine scores with 5 minutes left. And we have allowed 2 goals in the last 3 games in the Stanley Cup finals. This is where our defense stands tall. This is where our goaltending stands tall. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 1 win away from the Stanley Cup championship. The first Stanley Cup in Winnipeg Jets history. We could win it right here, right now. 32 saves for Connor Hellebuck. A pair of goals for Patrick Laine and 2 points for Matt Duchene. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Tyler Myers has been injured. We'll just replace the player. Let's get Gabriel Carlson in there. It's a real shame, but what can you do? So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to Toronto. We are going to ×8 simulate this game. We are 1 game away. Just a couple of goals. 60 minutes away from winning the Stanley Cup. I want to see us give 110% out there tonight, lads. We have got to win this. We have got to do this. Here we go. Let's simulate this game ×8. Period by period sim. Scheifele against Kasperi Kapanen for the opening face-off of Game 5. Toronto are trying to avoid being eliminated. They're trying to win their 2nd straight Stanley Cup championship, but it looks like the odds are against them. Will they rise to the occasion, or will the Winnipeg Jets win their 1st Stanley Cup in franchise history? A very long power play there for the Toronto Maple Leafs, but the Jets managed to kill it off. And as the first period comes to an end, 10 shots to 8 in favour of Toronto, but no goals scored. Both goaltenders doing everything they can to try and keep their teams in this series. Okay, 2nd period, here we go. Come on, Winnipeg Jets. Power play for the Jets. Okay. No power play for us. And a power play goal for John Tavares as he scores to break the tie on Connor Hellebuck. Another power play for the Maple Leafs. Managed to kill it off. Well done, Winnipeg Jets. Come on, Jets. Let's tie this game. Another power play for the Maple Leafs, and we kill it off again. We go to the 3rd period of a 1-0 game. 22 shots to 17 in favour of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Oh, guys, this is tense as fuck. Come on, boys. Here we go. ×8 simulation for the 3rd period. We'll jump in right at the end. No! Patrick Marleau scores. Patrick Marleau scores to make it 2-0. Peter Holland manages to make it 3-0. And I think that's going to be the game, ladies and gents. Looks like it's not going to be a 5-game series after all. The only good thing about this is... Oh, Patrick Laine scores one back with 8 minutes left. Is there a chance we could come back in this game? 5 minutes left to play. 3.5 minutes left to play. No, that's going to be all she wrote, isn't it, folks? A 3-1 victory for the Toronto Maple Leafs over the Winnipeg Jets. They managed to hold on and keep this finals series going. 30 saves, I should say, for McElhaney. A goal for Patrick Marleau and a goal for John Tavares. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So the only good thing about this is we can go back home and win the Stanley Cup. It's Game 6. We've had several series go to 6 games already. Can we shut this down? We've had 2 6-game series and a 4-game series sweep. We deserve to win this. We deserve to win this. The Winnipeg Jets need their 1st Stanley Cup in franchise history. And we're going to get it right now. Here we go. Back in Winnipeg at the Bell MTS Place. Ehlers against Marner for the opening face-off of Game 6 of the 2020 Stanley Cup Finals. Come on, Winnipeg. Open this scoring, boys. Power play. Power play. There you go, Artemi Panarin. Yes, there you go, son. So glad I signed you in the off-season, boy. Come on, lads. Get that insurance marker, and we're off to the races. 3:26 left in the first. Less than a minute to go in the first, and it's a 1-0 lead. 2 shots on goal for the Toronto Maple Leafs in the first period. 18 shots for Winnipeg. They want to win it for their home fans. They want to give them the Stanley Cup to show them that all of these years of underperforming and rebuilding and making a championship roster is worth it. Here we go for the 2nd period. An early power play for the Maple Leafs. Can we kill it off? Good job, Winnipeg. Come on, Winnipeg. We haven't had a shot in the first 6 minutes. Power play. Power play. Ah, would have been nice to get the insurance marker. Another power play. Can we score? No, we cannot. So, there you go. Kyle Connor gets the insurance marker. This is exactly what we need, boys. Less than 5 minutes to go in the 2nd period. A 2-0 lead for the Winnipeg Jets in what could be their Stanley Cup clinching game. 25 shots to 16 in favour of Winnipeg. A 2-0 lead. Oh, ladies and gents, this is what it's all come up to. Can we hold on for 20 more minutes of play? Let's do this. Let's find out. Come on, Winnipeg. We've got to do this, boys. And Patrick Laine adds another dagger into the heart of Toronto Maple Leafs fans. They won the Cup last year. They don't need it this year. This year, it's the year of the Winnipeg Jets. Nazem Kadri manages to break the... Wow, Eric Comrie's in it. Why is Eric Comrie in there? Is he playing the final game for us? That's a bit strange. Okay, so we're going to jump in with 53 seconds left so we can see the all-important Stanley Cup being raised by our team. This is the only time I ever jump into a game, but it's the best time to jump in. To see the Winnipeg Jets, our team, our second year at the helm of this team, win the Stanley Cup. Blake Wheeler's going to be kicking himself because he didn't want to sign with us. Our ex-captain, he had the chance to win the cup with us this year. He said no, we signed Panarin. And here we are, 1 minute and 1 second left. Can we add another goal? So we've got a 2-goal lead here. They've pulled their goalie. They've pulled their goalie. Can we do it? Okay, Morrissey has the puck. Over to Patrick Laine. He's got space. He's got space, but he can't shoot the puck. That would have been an easy open net, an empty netter. Mark Scheifele, Panarin. Panarin got it. No, Panarin can't quite pull it off. Timothy Liljegren with the puck. Nazem Kadri with the hit. Johnson, no. Oh, what a save. Don't know why Eric Comrie's playing in our Stanley Cup championship winning game. Patrick Laine, he's got the puck again. He's got it on his forehand this time. He sends it into the net. And that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. The Winnipeg Jets are going to win the Stanley Cup. The 2020 Stanley Cup Championship. It's taken a long time for Winnipeg Jets fans to get what they really wanted. To get that all-important Stanley Cup Championship. But with 25 seconds left in the game, the empty netter by Patrick Laine, the man that deserves it the most, who's likely going to win the Conn Smythe Trophy. If it goes to a skater, it will definitely be him. If it goes... Oh, and Connor Hellebuck's back in goal now. Not quite sure what's going on there. At least Comrie got some playing time. And as the clock winds down, the final 5, 3, 2, 1, 0... And they've done it! The Winnipeg Jets have won the 2020 Stanley Cup Championship! Woohoo! They've done it! After years of rebuilding, of trying to create a championship roster, years of patience and drafting and trying to create the perfect roster to win a championship, the Winnipeg Jets do it all, and they do it at Bell MTS Place, in front of their home fans. They could have won it in Toronto, but no, they didn't think it would be fair for their home fans. Captain Patrick Marleau is upset for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He shouldn't be the captain. That doesn't matter. We did it. The Toronto Maple Leafs have lost. The Winnipeg Jets are the winners. A championship that will last Winnipeg Jets fans a lifetime. And of course, we have the traditional handshake line. All the players congratulating each other on a hard-fought playoffs. Don't worry, Toronto, you will be a cup contender for a long time. Don't you worry, folks. You're going to win another one before all your young guys leave the team. Don't you worry, boys. You won the cup last year, and you won it in EA Simulation, so don't worry about it. And here comes Connor Hellebuck to win the Conn Smythe Trophy. Well deserved. 16 wins. 1.67 goals against average. That is incredible for a playoff run. The Conn Smythe Trophy winner to Connor Hellebuck. Either him or Patrick Laine. I didn't mind who. And here it is, ladies and gents. Here it is. The Stanley Cup. Winnipeg fans have waited lifetimes for this. And the Winnipeg Jets have done it. The Winnipeg Jets have become the Stanley Cup champions. Our second year in charge of the Winnipeg Jets. And they've won it all. Captain Mark Scheifele, his first year as the captain of the team, gets what Winnipeg deserves. A Stanley Cup championship. Look at him, he's holding it. He loves it. He's not smiling, but he loves it. Give it to me, Gary Bettman. I want it. Woohoo! The Winnipeg Jets, under the bright lights of Winnipeg. They have done it. Go on, hand it over. Who are you handing it over to? Matt Duchene. He said he wanted to go to a cup contender. There you go, Matt Duchene. You lift your Stanley Cup tall. We took you in free agency. You were an instrumental part of helping us get to this point. Scored some very clutch goals in the playoffs. And then Morrissey. Morrissey, a top pair defenseman. You deserved this, boy. You were our best left defenseman. You played on the top line. You did a solid job doing it. Congratulations, Morrissey. There'll be plenty more Stanley Cup chances for you to come, son. Especially in this series. We're going to go to a couple more Stanley Cup finals, I think, before the end of this. Wonderful. Who's got the cup now? Morrissey's still got the cup. Want to give it to somebody else, Morrissey? You've held it for quite a while, mate. Who are you giving it to now? Who are you giving it to now? Yes, Connor Hellebuck. Buck. There you go, Connor Hellebuck. Lifting the Stanley Cup for the first time in his career. Most of these players, it'll be first-time Stanley Cup victories. There you go. Let's get in for the picture, lads. Got to have the Stanley Cup winning photo. I love it. Scheifele next to Laine. Duchesne at the front with Hellebuck. That is how you win it, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you win the Stanley Cup. Patrick Laine, the first star of the game, with a pair of goals. Artemi Panarin, a goal and an assist. And Kyle Connor, a goal. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, the Winnipeg Jets have become Stanley Cup champions. Wow. What a season for the Winnipeg Jets. They faced some controversy. They faced some adversity. They faced some tough teams. 27 points in 22 games for Patrick Laine. That is incredible. Wow. That was something, boys. This is an unbelievable end to a great season. It feels great. But let's not be content with just one. I want more before we call it a career. Marco Darno loves that. Good. So let's simulate up to the draft. I think we'll call that an episode, ladies and gents. What a game. Oh. The Winnipeg Jets have won the Stanley Cup Championship. The Calder Cup champions were the Texas Stars. The salary cap might have gone up a little bit. Now we have the problem. Now we start thinking about the draft in the off-season. We're going to have to try and keep this team together. So, did we get any... Nah, we don't have any first-round picks in there, do we? The New York Islanders with the first overall pick. I didn't sell 85% of my suites. I don't care. You know why? Because I just won the fucking Stanley Cup. Player retirement. Did any of our players retire? Let's take a look. Can we check the Winnipeg Jets? I don't think any players retired on the Jets. No, none of the Winnipeg Jets players retired. So who retired? Marian Hossa called it a day. Matt Cullen for Florida. Valtteri Filppula. Martin Erat. Well, yeah, he's been gone for a while. Travis Zajac. Jason Chimera. Jay Bouwmeester. Matt Stajan back on the Maple Leafs team. He decides to retire after a Stanley Cup Finals loss. Matt Molson. Trevor Daley. Tom Gilbert. Brooks Orpik. Marcel Gotch. John Mitchell. Nick Schultz. Chris Thorburn. The old Chris Thorburn on our team. Thank you for everything you did for our franchise, Thorburn, and I hope you're happy to see us win the Stanley Cup, bud. Boyd Gordon, Kyle Quincy, Jonathan Eriksson, Derek McKenzie, Josh Georges. Let's see if there's any other Maple Leafs that decided to call it a day. That's a rough time to call it a day. Nope, just Matt Stajan. We can check the goaltenders as well, actually. Are there any goaltenders that decided to call it a day after their career? The goaltenders calling it a day. Jimmy Howard, Peter Budaj, Jonas Gustafsson, Victor Fuss, who wasn't actually part of this league anyway. He's playing in the SHL at the moment. But there you go. There you go, ladies and gents. That is the list of retired players. So Jason Chimera, Marian Hossa, Travis Zajac, Mark Stewart and Jay Bouwmeester are all available to become scouts. We might have to take a look at that, folks. So there you go. We are now at the NHL entry draft for the 2020 off-season. Next episode, we are going to have a very interesting time trying to keep all these players together. Trying to keep this roster alive for another Stanley Cup playoff run. So yes, I'm going to end this episode here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.